Hello, this is Victor. I'm here now continuing with the painting and assembly on the aliens, and I start painting the rider that I will use as the character of the unit, and is with agonizer and splinter pistol. So the first thing I start doing is I start applying Flate 1 flesh to do the flesh, the base color of the flesh, and as you can see, especially here on the head, is not covering pretty well. So this means that I will need to do 2 layers. 2 thin layers is better than trying to make a thick layer. So now I did 1 layer, and then after that I will film again these 2, and you will see the difference after applying the second layer. Okay, so you see here that the color is not clean. So I will apply now the second layer and we connect later. So now I applied the second layer. You see that the color is much solid. Always 2 thin layers is better than 1 heavy layer. You see also the face is quite good. So now that I did the flesh, I will continue with the basic colors. So I will go for the reds. I will do these strips. I think I will also use red instead of brown, and I will use this on metallic. So I will be back when I apply the basic colors, because this is not difference versus what I did on the skateboard. So just apply. I like to have a mapping on all the basic colors before I start doing the highlights and the shadings. This is what is looking like after applying the basic colors. So you see I applied here some red on, and also on the pistol. Here I will do some bronze, and the chain that is with the hook to the skateboard on metallic colors. And you see also that the parts that are not, some of the details that are not glued yet, I also start painting the basic colors, especially the ones that I also use in the main miniature. So now I will start doing the highlights on all the black clothes, and yeah, using the same technique I did in the skateboard. So here you have another close-up of the skateboard. So I will use the same technique. I will use 3 layers of gray, and the objective is to achieve something like that. This is also in progress. The weapon is not finalized yet, and some other details. But this is the Hellion that I use to see what is the end, how will look like once the other one is finished also. Because it's helping me to understand if all the colors and all the techniques I'm using is matching with the miniature. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will be back with the highlights. After applying the basic colors on the rider, I start with the highlights on the black cloth, and I use etching gray for that purpose. As you can see, this first highlight is quite soft, and I apply it in all the edges, and then I try to apply, for example, on the legs, here on the muscles, or on the torso. I applied quite a white part, so you see here that is quite, I applied in that way. So then the next layer I will apply a darker gray, sorry. Now we will apply downstone gray, and I will try to make a smooth transition, so to make the second highlight. I will also apply in some areas, I will correct with the gray if I see that some areas are not well done. But now I will do the second highlight. You see, I also did some highlights, it's difficult to focus, on the splinter pistol and also on the glove here. Okay, so now I will pass to do the second highlights with downstone, and I will do just the leg in front of camera, as you can see, and then I will do the rest off camera. When I did the highlight on the skateboard, I also followed the same procedure. I started with a very dark gray that was ashing gray, then I did a second highlight with downstone. But here on the edges, what I did is I make thicker highlight with the ashing gray, and then I did a thinner one with the lighter gray. What I have to do here, because for example, in that parts that are quite easy ones, I will just apply a short, try to apply a thin line on the edge, as I did there. But when you are doing the bottom, for example, or the muscles on the leg, the highlight becomes more difficult, because if you just apply directly, one line will look strange. So you have to start applying more like spots. And I try to play with the dilution of the paint to make it slightly transparent, to make it less visible in such a way. So if you can see what I will do, for example here on the back of the leg, I will do something like that. You see, it's quite diluted, so I will apply it like that. But then, for example, when I arrive to the edge of the leg of the I will do a very thin line. So you will see here the difference between that area where I make it like a spot and I play with the dilution to make it soft, and here I did a harder line. So for example, if you do here that I have this part, I will also try to do slightly soft. Then I will follow the shade of the leg. We'll do some. This is how I will highlight, like if it's a bright from the light. So what I'm realizing after, because I had to paint, I had two armies that have a lot of black. When you paint black, the best way I find to highlight and without losing a lot of time per miniature is to do high contrasting, high contrast highlights. So I start with very dark gray, and then I will do this gray, and later on you will see that I will finalize with a very light gray. So now I will continue with that principle all over the miniature, and when I finish I will show you the end result. So this is how it's looking like after applying the second layer of gray. You see now the highlights. So when I go for this extremely highlight, for example, so now the third highlight is done.